Good morning, Mr. Nelson. It's my pleasure to have you here. Thank you for taking the time to come to this interview. So, first, let me ask you, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. What about you?
I'm doing great as well. Thank you for asking. So, first, let me introduce what are we going to do right now. It's just going to be a few questions and just to gather information about yourself, about your knowledge. So feel free to ask to answer the way you like.
Okay.
So first, how do you know that we were hiring at our university?
I've always have it on point this university because I've always wanted to be part of it. I've learned and I mean I've heard a lot of history things, good things that happen in this university. So that's why I definitely wanted always to be part of this group. So that's why I apply for it.
Okay, very good. Just to move on, now that you mentioned that you want to be part of this university, why do you decide actually to come and apply to our university instead of going anywhere else? Because you know there's a lot of competition in the field. So why do you decide to come to our university?
Yeah, the reason why it is because I want to be part one of the best universities that I've known in this country. So I wanna I do consider that I am good. So I want to be part of an excellent university.
Okay, thank you for those words, by the way. Perfect. Continuing with the interview, not that you mentioned that you're good. What makes you different from the rest of the teachers? Because I might you know that we have another applicants asking for the position. However, what do you think that makes you different from those people?
Um, as I mentioned before, I know that I know who I am. I know what I can do for the company. I mean basically it is a company.
Yeah,
It
it
is a
is.
college, that you gotta do the most out of you to be always on the top. So I do things that for me being a teacher at your institution, because basically what will make me different is because I'm always on top of what is what is updated. I am not old school. I'm always learning, and it is something that I do think that is part of your institution. So I am one of the things. I mean, that's one of the things that I have. One of the
Okay,
values that you have in your institution.
I like that. Okay, thank you so much. As you might know, we have your resume here, and I could check that. Well, you know that sometimes, or every time, actually, we like to highlight the things or the things that we have, the strengths that we have. However, what else should I know that is not in your resume or CV?
Yeah, I wrote a lot of things in my resume. I do know that, but I definitely do not mention a lot of things on it.
Okay.
So one of the things that I do consider that you know shouldn't be in a resume, but you should know, it is that I'm someone that is well adaptable to every single schedule. I'm someone that it can work under pressure without any problem. I am someone that can definitely work different hours. If you're gonna call me one day, tell me that you need me on one of my day off. I want you to know that I'll be there working and getting the most out of me for this institution.
Okay, perfect. Good to know that. Thank you so much. Just moving on, talking about the teaching field in which we are, I would really like to know what are your thoughts about the teaching process. I mean, what is your teaching philosophy in this case?
Well, teaching philosophy for me, it is always being updated, as I mentioned before. I do things that a lot of people at this moment they learned how to teach, and then they just do it the way they learned. But in my case, my way to learn, my way to teach, it is in a way that you can use the technology. Someone that can be part of
Oh,
every single every single aspect of the modern life at this moment, with young people. We don't know what can happen, so we might need a lot of technology, of course. So I do think that I am part of that specific group of people, of modern people. So I would be able to, to be focused on everything is happening. So in my case, what I do think, like, it is so important for them to learn, it is that you as a teacher, you gotta be a facilitator.
Okay, perfect. Very good actually to know that. Continuing with your resume, I could see that you worked at Calison's schools for a few years, and I would like to know why aren't you there anymore?
Right. Well, I yes, I worked there for a couple of years. I do learned a lot of things in there, but there were a couple of things that happened. Personal things, and also professional things. So
Okay,
sometimes, whenever you would like to be part of or grow up within the company, this is something that within the institution, this is something that you can find in some places, but in some places you don't. So
okay,
I basically answering your very first questions. Basically, the reason why I'm being here applying for this position, it is because I do think that I can grow within this institution, and I can do a
yes,
lot
you
of
can.
good for the people I care about, which is the society.
Okay, just to confirm, yeah, actually we offer you great support, and you can definitely grow here as a person and professionally, as you mentioned. So let me just continue here. Now talking about the institution, what do you expect from your boss? What do you want your boss to be or do? For example, your ideal boss.
I consider a boss someone that you can approach to, you can talk to without any problem. Someone you can give. I mean, be open for your opinions, because I mean we are gonna be working there, and everyone. I mean, we need to be a team, a teamwork in there, so everything can be successfully everything we're doing. So I do think that a boss need to be someone that is looking always for a good opinion, looking for ask more people decisions that he's making. So that will be my ideal boss. I do think that, I mean, someone that can take into consideration his employees and everyone in charge of.
Okay, taking notes actually. Thank you so much. Um, we're just about to finish. Don't worry. Now, what do you? Well, what does it mean success for you actually?
Okay, for me, success, it is something that it will be with you only if you try to get there. It is not something that is gonna get to your hands just like doing nothing. You need to work hard, you need to do the most out of you to reach success. And I think that I want to be successful, so that's basically my opinion about success. It is something that it is reachable for everyone in this world, but no one do everything to get there. So that's what I think about success.
Okay, now that I have the meaning of success for you, I would like to know, um, in this way to success, what does it mean failure in the path to success?
So failure for me, it is not um it is something that you need to learn from. Okay, it is just an option that you can have, you can choose on it. You can either be part of your failure or just learn from your failure. In this case, I'm applying right now. I do have my vision, I do have my mission. um but in this case, if you consider, I mean, failure just like, okay, I just failed, I wanted this job and I didn't get it, so I'm sorry. No, I will work harder and I will do it again. So, or I will do it better, so you can, reach success.
Great, perfect, good to know. Actually, just let me let you know that we want. our mission and vision to be part of yours. Okay, so perfect.
Yeah.
So just to finish, would you rather having a large class for around 30 or more students, or having a small class around 18 or less students?
So talking about capability, I will be able to handle both of the situations. But
Okay.
if you're thinking about the if you're thinking about basically what we're gonna get from it, I do consider that on a small group of people we will cover more. We will handle personal issues like I don't understand these. So in big classes you don't have the time to explain to each and every one of them, but we do. If we do have in a small class, the knowledge is going to be just overcoming and it's going to be overwhelming everyone else in there, and it's going to be easier for everyone to understand things and to communicate also.
Okay. So perfect, Mr. Nelson. So I just have to thank you for coming to this interview. You did very great. I liked your answers, and you will be on point actually. And so, just to finish, let me thank you again for taking the time to come here. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I hope we can call you back again. So, have a great day, and thank you for coming.
Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks. Well, now that the interview just finished, I would like to explain why Mr. Nelson is eligible for the position he is applying for, which is teacher. Well, there were a couple of things that he mentioned that we consider that match with the skills and beliefs that we are looking for in an applicant. For example, he mentioned that he would be 100% committed to the university and work, that he would always be available in the face of any need and emergency. And that is what we want in our university, that our teachers feel committed to the institution and the students. On the other hand, Mr. Nelson mentions that he is a person who adapts very well despite the changes, which benefits us because our university is constantly updating to provide quality education. Since our university is constantly updating, the fact that Mr. Nelson likes to be always updated in terms of teaching methods, implementation of technology in the teaching process benefits us because the applicant will always provide updated methods and content that will effectively impact the students. Also, Mr. Nelson has a spirit of self improvement that can set an example for all the students and staff in our institution, both professionally and personally. On the other hand, the fact that Mr. Nelson has work experience and that he feels capable of carrying both large and small groups of students adds a plus to the things that he can provide to our university. So, to sum up, we consider that Mr. Nelson is a very good applicant to work in our university and that he would be very helpful and useful for the teachers, for the students, and for the rest of the staff here. So, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a great day.